Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Iggy's Bodybuilding Camp. Today's video is a high volume push workout, and the focus of this video is going to be the seated leg press. So I will show you every set and every rep that I do for that particular exercise, and obviously the highlights of the rest of the workout. Just left work, feeling okay. Had a busy day, but in terms of energy, I feel good. I had a good night's sleep. The baby didn't keep me up too much, and had a good amount of food to eat, and I'm feeling strong. So hope you enjoy the workout, and I will see you at the end. High volume push day, guys, and as always I start off with a couple of warm-up sets just to get the blood into the muscle and get me comfortable with the movement that I'm about to perform. Also, obviously, to avoid injuries. As always, the aim of the game on high volume day is to achieve a pump, and the seated leg press machine is brilliant at doing that, especially if you utilize a couple of techniques. One is to put your feet lower down on the pad, as low as you can go comfortably, really. What this does is you're mimicking the front squat. You see, look at my foot placement. It's not high up, but it's lower down. And this is putting all the focus onto the quads and taking tension away from the glutes and the hamstrings. This will help me push as much blood as possible into that muscle and really achieve the pump in my quads. The second method that I'm utilizing here is to keep the tension in the muscle by never ever straightening my leg all the way out. As you can see throughout the movement, my knees are always bent. This enables you to have that time under tension that's needed for hypertrophy, and most importantly, it's helping you get the pump, push as much blood as possible into the quads, and a brilliant way of building big chunky quads. You know, my quads are one of my best attributes, and this is definitely one of the reasons. You know, on my heavy days I do the squat, but I like to have a variation of exercises as much as my gym enables and the equipment enables me to, and since I have a leg press machine, I absolutely love to utilize it. The next exercise after that is my calf raises. In this, it's more of a calf push, I guess you could call it, but keeping, you know, good technique throughout, making sure you get a stretch and a push. I follow it up with my usual finisher, and that is the walking lunges. I absolutely love this exercise. I think it's one of the most underrated exercises out there. Honestly, as a finisher, it doesn't get better than this. My quads, my legs, my glutes, my hands, everything by the end of this is absolutely destroyed. And then a really good way to keep your rotator cuffs healthy, I do a few of these exercises here with a lightweight, and it's really important to do that prior to benching. Then I moved on to the seated bench press machine, and as always, trying to keep the tension in the muscle, and here the focus is the flat bench. You see I'm working the flat part of my chest. Ideally I'd like to work the incline, but it doesn't allow for that in my gym on this machine in particular, but I've kept the machine as high as possible. You see I've already achieved a really good pump. Then I focus on the decline. You see the bar is a lot lower down, just under my chest, and again just trying to work the full range of that pectoral muscle. I've worked the upper, and now I've focused on the lower. I then move on to one set of dips. It's just a bit of a finisher, really, just to drive extra muscle into the pecs, and specifically the lower pecs. It's a great compound exercise as well. Again, another, I think, underrated exercise. I don't see as many people doing it. You know, most of the people you see are focused on the bench, but this is a great way to build big, powerful pecs. I then move on to the dumbbell flies, and this was Arnold's favorite exercises. I do it on an incline, and I'm really making sure that I'm getting a good stretch and then a good squeeze. I'm tensing my pecs at the top of the movement, don't go too heavy on this exercise. It's very, very straining on your shoulders and your rotator cuffs. So again, it's about form and technique, getting the good stretch and a good squeeze if you really want to get the maximum out of this exercise. And it's perfect for giving you that width in your chest. I then move on to the seated shoulder press, and the reason I'm doing it reverse is to mimic the behind the neck press with the hammer strength machine. This is really good for not just working the side delt, but also hitting some of the rear delt, and you also hit some of the traps. And I do this first because it's more difficult than doing it the conventional way, and this is easier to do, which is why I do it after the rear reverse movement. And again, I'm just focusing on going deep on the squeeze and high on the way up, but not too high. I'm keeping the bend, keeping the time and tension, keeping the focus on the delts themselves. And by the time I've done these two exercises, my delts, are pumped. You can see the striations there. Moving on to the triceps, started doing the parallel grip narrow bench press. Great way to work the short head of the tricep. Really underrated exercise again, one of my favorites, and I do this as often as I can whenever there's a bench available. Just great for building mass in the triceps, and again, I think triceps are one of my strongest attributes. And then a little bit of creativity using the assisted pull-up machine to really finish off the triceps. This is another great way of working the long head of the tricep, especially on a high volume day. You've got to keep the technique on point, but as long as you do that, you'll really feel the pump. I was feeling the strain here, and my triceps were absolutely full of blood at the end of this. Hi guys, just finished my workout. I don't know if it was because I downed my intro workout, which is obviously packed with caffeine. I pretty much downed that in the first 15 minutes because I was so thirsty. But I just felt like an animal throughout the workout. In fact, at points, even though it was a high volume day, I almost felt like I was pushing weights heavy enough for it to be almost like a heavy day. But still managed to get that pump. So I had an excellent session. Sitting in traffic on the way to the gym, it can pretty much kill your excitement, but this kind of goes to show that you do need to have some kind of pre-workout or intro workout to really give you that extra boost of energy that you need. So anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Please continue to comment, like, share and subscribe and support the channel. Help it grow. Keep living the life. Be the best version of yourself that you can be, and I'll see you next time.